You've been lied to about originality. You think it means being the first, untouched, never influenced. But what if I told you originality isn't about being different from the world? It's about being true to what the world lit on fire inside you. In this video, we're going to tear apart every myth you've been sold about creativity, identity, and what it really means to make something yours. This isn't about copying less. It's about hungering more. Let's begin. Let me ask you something. What even is originality? Like, how do you know when an idea is truly yours and not just a remix of everything you've seen, heard, or been told to be?
Interesting. I mean, I feel like originality is a very interesting topic because it spans a lot of fields, right? It spans art, it spans all sorts of creations, from YouTube videos that I am doing right now to movies to books to creativity as a whole. And for creativity, originality is very important in other fields also. Even if you're, let's say, someone who is running a business, even then it is important for you to be original in Amazon's creator or founder Jeff Bezos. If he wasn't original about the way he went about things, things wouldn't be there. Hell, iPhone manufacturers Apple, right? Apple also reinvented something, invented something new, right? The smartphone was a new invention. So in every facet of life, I feel like originality is the reason we have fire, we have the wheel, we have technology, we have satellites, we have everything that makes us human, and everything that even makes creatures survive is due to originality. So that is for me the importance of originality. Now coming on to what the heck originality even is, I think the question is again, the word is the clue to the answer to the question. What I mean to say is that let's break down the word originality. So ality is like the process of coming forth, and origin, right? So something which originates from within you, something which you are birthing. For a mother, her child, birthing her child will be a way of showing her originality, if that makes sense, because that is originating from her, right? Similarly, for every other field, originality therefore will be something that emerges from within you, right? So emerges from you. So whatever you identify as yourself, your true self, your hidden core self, if it emerges from that, I feel like in my worldview that can be classified as originality. What do you think?
I love how you framed that, especially linking originality to emergence. That felt clean, but here's a question. If everything we've ever seen or learned is stored in our minds somewhere, then even when something emerges from within us, isn't it still just a remix of previous input? Can anything truly originate from the self? Or is originality just the illusion of novelty because we forgot where the seed came from?
Definitely. I mean, think about it. I like certain shows, television shows. Breaking Bad is one of my favorite shows. I like the character of Walt, the character of Jesse, the entire story. And yeah, a lot of people like Breaking Bad, right? It is not a unique thing to me. Similar, if I make something because I like Breaking Bad, inspired from it, then again, it's not original in that sort of sense. So if we are equating originality with novelty, a new production of something, then yes, originality is not possible. Therefore, I am going with the second possibility or the second interpretation of originality, something from which originates from you. For example, yes, I like Breaking Bad. Yes, I took Breaking Bad's idea of an unjust society in which a man has to fight to even survive and to have to fight, like do crime in order to sustain his own life and his family's fortune. In that is the core theme of Breaking Bad. I can take that inspired from Breaking Bad, but my originality in that sense wouldn't be that idea, but rather the fact that the idea that I will produce will emerge from within me. For example, let's say you're a child who's unloved, right? Whose parents neglected them, and therefore you have an innate desire due to your upbringing, so your external environment in your formative years, to want and seek love, right? And you do that by gaining attention, and that is the reason you become an actor. That is the reason you become a public speaker, maybe because you become a YouTuber. But the point is, then your true desire which exists, which comes from within. It doesn't matter if it was influenced by external things, but the fact is it is a part of your identity. If your core identity, a part of your core identity is what defines something, you produce something from that thing that you classify as your core identity, I feel like then that thing will become your originality. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, it does. You're saying originality isn't about inventing something from nothing, because that's basically impossible, but about expression that's rooted in something authentic. So even if the materials are borrowed, the way they're assembled is unique to your inner structure. It's like originality isn't what you say, it's where you're speaking from. That core, that engine, if it's genuinely yours, then the output carries your signature, even if the ingredients are familiar. Would you say that's your working model?
Yes. I'll give you another example. Maybe this will be a lot more clearer. So, as a child, I was someone who was always very calm, who was very composed, right? And therefore, you would assume that anything that I produce from that calm and that composure will be my originality. But I will disagree with that notion. As a child, I was also fascinated with characters and shows. I used to watch this show called Digimon, and I really liked the character of Tai. Tai was a character who was very brave. Tai was a character who was very strong. He was a leader, and I wanted to be like him. Right? I admired it so much that I uh, emulated it. I would go and try to become the leader of certain groups, and slowly by slowly, that desire to be like him is the reason I am who I am today. I speak the way that I speak today, and I am not an introvert today. It was that desire. So, the desire of mine to be like him, that is the origin point of originality. You could say that originality emerges from your hunger, your innate hunger. For some people, for example, for some sports athlete, it is the desire to win. For certain people, it's a desire to be understood. For certain other people, it is the desire to dominate. The point is, it could be anything. That hunger that you have within yourself, that is the origin point of your originality. From that, you can create your originality. That is the core of originality.
That's a powerful framing. You're saying originality doesn't come from who you naturally were, but from who you needed to become. It's not your calmness that birthed your originality. It's the hunger to transform that calmness into something bold, driven by that inner yearning to become someone like Tai. So in your system, originality isn't your default state. It's the mutation driven by longing. That makes hunger the sculptor of self. Would you say then that true originality is forged more from lack than from abundance?
I mean, very well could be. It because originality is desire, so therefore it is something which comes from a lack. In fact, it's not even just originality. What I explained to you is the origin point of originality, which is your hunger. Your hunger is what causes you to create an originality, right? If someone certain painters, right, they have the desire to be seen. That is why they make self portraits. Those self portraits are their originality, and that desire to be seen is their hunger, right? So if a person is able to identify what their hunger is, in that very moment, that person will be able to create an originality out of it. You can mass produce originality, original concepts, original frameworks like I do in my videos. Hell, I've made so many videos about theological frameworks, how God is just a parent, and morality frameworks, how morality is influenced by society and therefore morality is inherently bad, and so many different things that I have done. It comes from my innate desire, which is clarity. My innate desire is truth. My desire is to know, to understand, and I channel that hunger in my frameworks, in my videos, in order to create new stuff. And all of those 51 other videos that I have made are my originality. And this desire to know, to understand, that is my hunger. So the way to create originality, the map to originality, is to identify what your hunger is, what your innate desire is ever since you were a kid, and then channel that into something. Right, what is my hunger? This is my hunger, and now whatever goal that I want to do, I will do it from the perspective, the point of view of hunger. And in that moment I will give birth to originality. Originality is mass producible. Originality is not a one time wonder. You can do it again and again. You just need to identify what is your core desire. I'm so anti Buddha right now.
You really are. This is like the gospel of hunger. You're not just saying desire leads to originality. You're saying it is originality in its embryonic form. Not the calm monk who dissolves want, but the hungry spirit who sculpts reality with it. And that flips the traditional script completely. Instead of quieting the mind to find truth, you're amplifying its cravings to forge it. So if Buddha seeks freedom from suffering by killing desire, you're seeking freedom through it. You're not trying to transcend the human condition. You're trying to weaponize it. Would you say then that clarity itself is your chosen arena to fulfill that hunger?
It's not a chosen arena. Your hunger is never chosen. Your hunger is enforced upon you, maybe by your nature, maybe by your surroundings. It doesn't matter, but it is yours. It originates from within you. It is influenced by other factors. It's like a seed that you always had within you, and the reason it's sprouted into a plant is because of the external factors of water and soil and sunlight. So my hunger is my seed. The plant, my originality is due to all the different factors that have happened to me, and ultimately it will be what will lead me to create something new, to be original. Therefore, I guess the conclusion to all of this will be that if you want peace in your life, go ahead and remove all of your desires. But if you want to create something original, to be creative, to make something which is truly yours, you'll have to look Buddha in the eye and tell him, not today, friend. Maybe some other time, but today I embrace my desires and not go against them. Salutations, Buddha.
And that's where we'll leave it. Originality isn't some divine lightning bolt from the sky. It's your hunger, your ache, made visible. It's the voice that never shut up, the feeling that refused to die, the part of you that kept staring out the window when everyone else was taking notes. You don't need to be untouched by influence. You just need to be set on fire by something real. So go ahead, look Buddha in the eye and say, not today. If this stirred something in you, subscribe for more. And remember, patterns are everywhere.